This mistake is so common with the 5-back and people fail to remedy it.
Griezmann, 3 men around him to somehow find some space. Ronaldo, fantastic, opening the drive back.
He's made himself the tiniest bit of space.
Almost feels like a bit of a taunt. Didn't really go for him. Oh! The display there is absolutely ridiculous. The Elastico on the goal line. On the goal line, the finest.
We
of
talked about
margins.
Aussie FIFA. He's not here to make up the numbers.
Obviously the 5-back, quite a popular formation this year. A lot of the pros are using it, and defensively it's so solid. It's so hard to break it down. You go to the wing, there's an extra wing back out there to cover the overlap, and of course you look to the centre where you got 3 centre backs covering central attacking plays. So if you're a drop back defender, this is the formation for you. However, I wanted to essentially break down a very key mistake I find with people when they are defending with this formation, and you need to avoid it if you're using any kind of 5-back, and it's a rule that you guys could stick to even when you're using a 4-back as well. I find this certain rule will help you guys in keeping a solid defense. But what I found is when you're using the 5-back and you come out with one of your centre backs, the common public perception is, well, I've got 5 of the bats, so I can afford to bring one of my centre backs out and press the opponent on the ball. Although that might be the case in some situations where the opponent is isolated, it's not for most situations. And the reason why is because when you bring out a centre back from the 5-back, what happens is the other defenders then attempt to compensate for where that gap is. And all that does is leave an even larger gap for your opponent to exploit. You'll see this. If I bring a centre back out of position when I'm trying to defend with the 5-back, it leaves a massive gap when it comes to the opponent attempting to break you down, and it can be hard to recover a lot of the time. What you guys need to do instead of using the 5-back is keep that defensive line. Only touch a centre back if the attacker is isolated and you can press him off the ball, or if you need to face up with the attacker as he approaches that defensive line. Otherwise, you should be using your midfielders, and if not, you select the centre back, just keep him in his hole. Don't bring him out. Otherwise, the other defenders will compensate, will leave bigger gaps in the defence, and your opponent will exploit it. It's such a common mistake I see in my coaching academy, and I wanted to bring some attention to this to YouTube and essentially show people that you need to be more careful with the 5-back. Even though you've got 5 defenders, doesn't mean the defense will be more solid in the long run. But that was saying at the end of it, I am coaching one-on-one. I have just added in a new lobby, which essentially allows you guys to request tutorials for me to upload onto the Patreon. You can check that out. The link is down below. But as always, I hope you have a good day. I'm out. Sayonara. Au revoir. Adios. Salam. Ciao. Goodbye.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, then I'd really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button. And lastly, if you do want any pre-gaming fuel or supplement, then head over to atpscience.com, which is the first link in the description, and use the code DylanEtsATP at checkout to get yourself a discount. Not only is it the cheapest way to get supplements, but it helps me out a ton, guys, so thank you.